Welcome to the Morning Update. I'm Ash Gardner. Victorians are waking to new freedoms with restrictions easing overnight. Unvaccinated customers are allowed back into non-essential retail settings. Vaccine certificates are no longer needed for real estate inspections, auctions, weddings and funerals. The mask mandate has been scrapped for weddings and funerals. They still need to be worn in retail settings though. The new pandemic orders came into effect at midnight when the state of emergency ended. The changes come as hundreds await test results after spending time at two Melbourne bars visited by a positive Omicron COVID case. They were at Circuit Bar in Fitzroy on Friday between 9 p.m. and midnight and the Peel Hotel in Collingwood between 11:30 p.m. and 3 a.m. New South Wales residents are being told to take responsibility in the fight against COVID, with modelling suggesting that Omicron will send numbers skyrocketing. New South Wales Premier Dominic Perrottet says we all have a role to play.
Please continue to take personal responsibility. Personal responsibility is key.
The federal government will hand down its budget update this afternoon. It's set to show the nation's finances are still in the red. There's some good news, though, with the creation of 1 million jobs over the next 4 years. Telstra has been hit with a $2.5 million fine for breaching customer privacy. It's the largest ever penalty imposed by the media regulator, which found the telco allowed customers' numbers to be published in public phone directories. The wait is finally over for more than 45,000 Victorian Year 12 students, with ATAR results out today. The average ATAR score was 69.26. A backflip from the former Minneapolis police officer found guilty of murdering George Floyd. Derek Chauvin has now pleaded guilty to violating George Floyd's rights, averting a trial but likely extending his time behind bars. US President Joe Biden has toured Kentucky after a series of tornadoes tore through the US Midwest and South. The death toll in Kentucky alone is 74, including 12 children, with that figure expected to rise. To sport, a century from Glenn Maxwell wasn't enough to help the Melbourne Stars to victory over the Sydney Sixers in last night's Big Bash clash. The Sixers won by 7 wickets with 2 balls to spare. A selection shock from England ahead of the second Ashes test beginning in Adelaide today. Mark Wood has been left out of the 12-man squad, while David Warner has been cleared to play. And in AFL, Dyson Heppell has been named Bomber skipper for a 6th season. In entertainment news, Ben Affleck has opened up about his drinking issues during an interview with Howard Stern. He claims he turned to alcohol to cope with feeling trapped while married to Jennifer Garner. The release date for the next instalment of the Fast and Furious franchise has been pushed back. It'll now hit theatres on May 19, 2023, more than a month after its previous release date. And that's the latest from the Nova Podcast News team. We'll see you this afternoon for another episode of The Update.